it's Kenya, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing my mental health journey. It's been something I've been wanting to talk about a lot. It's just been just something I'm really proud of, and I feel like I want to share it. Also, I think it's very important to speak about mental health. That way other people feel more comfortable getting help and stuff. So I hope you enjoy this video. For the sake of other people's privacy, I won't be going into depth of some things just because it's not only my story. Like things I've dealt with that involve other people, I don't want to talk about that in depth just because it involves other people, and I want to respect people's privacy. So let's see, where do we start? And also, like, I haven't been much of a person that talks about my mental health with like my family and stuff, so I know they're gonna see this, and I just want you to know that I'm doing okay. I'm doing great now. But yeah, so from what I can remember, I've struggled with depression since I was a child. I recently got diagnosed with autism, as autistic, and I feel like being undiagnosed has caused a lot of my depression, honestly. Also, I was diagnosed with major depression disorder, so that's something I've struggled with most of my life. Since I was about, like, I'm sorry if this is all over the place. I'm not very good at like remembering like dates and stuff, so please bear with me. I'm gonna try my best. But from what I can remember, since I was 7, I think 7. Since I was 7, from what I can remember, is I've had depression since I was a child. Like, I've struggled with my emotions. I've struggled with just, you know, like, my mind was so mean, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse over the years. I've struggled a lot with like intrusive thoughts. People often confuse impulsive thoughts with intrusive thoughts. Impulsive thoughts are things like dyeing your hair at 3 a.m., you know, like, or wanting to smash a cake in your face and then doing it. Intrusive thoughts are things you would never do. If you do them, they're not intrusive. They're not impulsive thoughts. Oh my gosh! I'm getting the words mixed up now. If you do something, if you have a thought that's awful and you do it, it's no longer an intrusive thought. That's just something you did, you know? Intrusive thoughts are things you would never do and you won't ever do. Intrusive thoughts are awful, and I would never wish them upon anyone. They're terrible. I lived with awful intrusive thoughts, like just imagine this is just an example. You're washing dishes and you're like, your mind tells you, if you don't put this knife down right now, you're going to end up stabbing your family member. Like, that's an intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts, you don't want them there. They're awful. They're terrible. A lot of the intrusive thoughts I would have is like, I would not allow myself to be happy, because if I was happy, my mind would tell me that something awful and terrible was gonna happen. It's like, you can't be happy, or you can't. It got to the point where I wasn't allowing myself to meet my basic needs, like eating, or changing my clothes, or taking a shower, or doing the things I love to do, like making art. I wouldn't allow myself to do any of those things because I thought that something terrible would happen because I wasn't allowed to be happy. Like, I would have awful thoughts like that. Like, if I ate that day, I'd be like, oh my god, now something awful is gonna happen. And it was just an awful thought. Like, I didn't feel like I deserved anything. I didn't feel like I deserved any basic human needs. And I would deprive myself of those things. And it's because my mind was so mean to me. I felt like exhausted, mentally exhausted all the time. I felt like every day was a struggle. I felt like I was struggling to live every single day. I did have a lot of suicidal thoughts. And this has been since I was 7 up to like last year. Last year is when I feel like I just recently a few months ago I got diagnosed as autistic, and I feel like that has been such a relief. I always kind of suspected it because I love to learn about like other people's like disabilities and mental illnesses. I love to learn about those things that way so I can be more educated, and if I ever need to, I can help somebody out. So when I was learning about autism, I was like, wow, I really relate to these things. So when I was able to, I went to a specialist, and I was able to get a diagnosis, which was very relieving. And now I can learn how to accommodate for myself. I can learn how to just live, as my true authentic self, because I was heavily masking all of the time. I wasn't allowing myself to be who I am, or I wasn't allowing myself to stim. I wasn't allowing myself to do anything that made me feel good. So I feel like now that I have a diagnosis, I can learn how to better take care of myself. And it's just like, wow, there's nothing wrong with me. I just do things at a slower pace than people, and some things are harder for me to do than other people, and that's okay. Like I had a very hard time in school, a hard time, like even if I would pay attention, I did not understand anything. It was so difficult for me. I tried my hardest and I didn't understand. Like there was a point where I had like multiple math classes because I was so bad at it. I did not understand a thing. I was in classes with like people like in lower grades than me because I was very bad at school. So I didn't get to graduate with my class. My senior year, I didn't get to graduate with my class. I switched to online school. My depression went to an all-time low. I had some, friendship issues and just school in general and health issues because I was dealing with being anemic, low vitamin D, and I have celiac disease, so and it was very bad. Like and asthma. My asthma was so bad. I felt like I was gonna pass out every day. Also, it was so, like, things that would be so easy for other people were so hard for me. Like, if I had to change, like, seats in the class, my whole, like, everything would be off. I would not be able to do, like, pay attention or do anything because I was in a different seat. Like, it was so bad. Now I understand this because of autism. But it was also very hard. Even though I had the same classes every single day, it was so hard for me to find my classes. Even though I would go to them every single day, it was so hard for me to find my classes and remember which order every class was. I had to look at my schedule every single day. Like, it was awful. Like, I was just going through so much mentally and physically, and like throughout school, like friendships were so hard for me. I didn't know how to, like, I was just trying to like fit in, and I was heavily masking, so I didn't know who I was. It was very difficult. Also, I was like, due to like my health struggles, I was just physically so sick. Like, I was nauseous every single day. I was throwing up every single day. It was awful. I felt like I was gonna pass out every time I walked. It was not fun. It was not fun at all. It was very hard for me, and on top of that, like, I live pretty far from the school, so I would not get very much sleep at, like, after school. I would stay at my mom's work because she works where my school was. She works near there, so I would have to, I would stay there until she got out of work, which was, like, we wouldn't get home until, like, 9. So I would not get much sleep, and I would have to wake up at like 5 in the morning to go to school, like get ready and go to school because the bus came really early to pick me up. So I didn't get much sleep, so I was falling asleep in class. Like, it was a whole mess. Like, school for me was a whole mess. So I ended up switching to like, it was to the point where I was like begging my mom to switch me to online school because I knew if I kept being in public school, I wasn't gonna make it. Like, it was, my mental health was that bad that I was like, if I keep going to school, I'm not gonna be here anymore. Like, it was really bad. I'm just being honest. Like, I struggled a lot with suicidal thoughts, and so I ended up getting a therapist. She helped me through like the issues I was going through, and then I stopped going to her because therapy is kind of expensive, pretty expensive, so I stopped going to her. But switching to online school helped me a lot, and the therapy that I did get for the short amount of time helped me a lot. And then I ended up confiding in my doctor. I told her, hey, I am depressed. And I told her about the things I was thinking and how I felt. I took an assessment, the mental health assessment. She's like, I think it's very important for you to get a counselor or a therapist. And I was like, okay. So I looked into it, and I did. And she helped me a lot. I was very thankful to get somebody that listened to me and understood me. And she was like, yeah, this is when and then my doctor gave me antidepressants. And every person's different. They work differently for every person, but I am so glad and so thankful that they have helped me so much. Like, depression gone. I did have to like up my dose, but since I've done that, my depression has been gone. Like, I feel like I can actually live now. Like, I feel like I'm actually living. I'm actually allowing myself to be happy, and it's been great. And also, like, my counselor, she was so helpful, so helpful. She talked me through all my intrusive thoughts. She just helped me with everything I was dealing with, and it was it was a big help. Luckily, my insurance paid what's it called, the sessions, so I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for being able to get help. Like, my therapist said, like, I told her about my intrusive thoughts I was having, and she's like, if you have a thought like that, count all of the good things that happen in your day, like all of the good things that happen, like you ate, you took a shower, counting all of the good things that happened in my day, and then see at the end of the day, did anything bad happen? And I would be like, no. And she's like, see, nothing bad happened. So it's still, I'm happy. I've been, good things have been happening to me, and still nothing bad has happened. So, it's, and of course bad things will happen in life. That's just life. But I've just been doing a whole lot better. There's something I don't know if I'm ready to talk about yet, but there was a not very healthy coping mechanism that I was doing. I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't feel like I'm ready to speak about it yet, but I haven't done it in a long time, and I'm very proud of myself. And I don't feel like I'm ever gonna go back to that. So that's really great. I'm so happy about it. But yeah, my therapist, my counselor told me, I talked to her about hey, I think I might be autistic, or I might have ADHD or both. And she has ADHD, so she like talked me through it. She's like, I don't think you have ADHD, but I'm pretty sure you have autism. So I got an appointment with a specialist, and he was like, yeah, you do. So I got diagnosed with autism, well, as autistic, and yeah, I feel like now, after being depressed for most of my life and like finally feeling like I'm now living, I'm starting to get to know myself and really like just like it's like a big sigh of relief that like now I can actually live and feel happy. Like I'm just so grateful that I have been able to get the help that I have, and I'm grateful for the progress that I've made. I'm so proud of like just still being here after the whole struggle I've been through, you know, with life. And yeah, I'm just the one thing that kept me pushing through life was my parents. I was like, I gotta live for them. I gotta live for them. So I'm glad that I got help and I'm able to live. And I just want to say, like, anybody dealing with mental health, please reach out and get help, because I did, and it's something that I'm so grateful that I did. If you can, talk to your doctor about it, and maybe they can help you with resources or prescribe you with something that can help you. But yeah, also I had really bad anxiety, and I still get anxiety from like, you know, like autistic related things, but not like how I would get anxious before. So yeah, now I'm just learning how to live my life being autistic, and also I'm just learning how to finally live life without being depressed, which is great. There's still some things I struggle with, but I'm sure that'll get better, like, you know. I'm just grateful to still be here. I'm grateful that I pushed through, and that I'm able to actually live now. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. I know I didn't go into detail about the things I went through, but I feel like I just wanted to talk about my journey. So I hope you enjoyed. And there are probably some things that I left out because I didn't remember, and also the timeline was probably crazy because I'm really bad at dates. So sorry about that, but I hope you still enjoyed, and thank you for watching. And to my family, if you're watching this, I am doing great now. Don't worry about me, I'm doing fine. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, bye.